So I had just finished filling out all my private information and passwords to claim my free MacBook Pro that I won from this one email I got. Until I heard a knock at my door. I was feeling a little bit scared because it was 3 a.m., but I remembered I gave them my social security number, so that means they were gonna keep me safe. I was gonna go turn my computer off and head upstairs to check the door, but it said that a virus was shutting it down for me. Now, I don't want the coronavirus, but if it's gonna start doing things for me, well then, homegirl can get it. I crept upstairs so I wouldn't wake up my dog, and I opened up the door, but there was no one there. Then I heard a weird sound come from downstairs and saw that my computer was on. I'm like, I thought Miss Corona turned it off. There was a message on the screen from a hacker saying, I'm watching you. I started screaming because I don't know how to process conflict any other way. But then I was surprised to see a message that said, your outfit's cute. Listen, I'm so starved for human attraction that we fell in love. I'm Ben, and you're watching Hack Into My Heart, the new reality TV show on TLC. Oh my god, it's closed. Hey Siri, call Wendy's.
Killing Wendy.
No. I said cancel.
Would you like to cancel?
Yes.
Canceling your passport and birth certificate.
What? No! How do you even have permission to do that?
Permission to leak your feet pics?
My feet? What?
Sending feet pics to everyone in your contacts.
How are you even doing this? This is illegal.
Something illegal is happening? Alerting the FBI.
Yeah, something illegal is happening. You just blew up that Wendy's.
Okay, should I send this to the FBI? I just blew up a Wendy's.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Did you say absolutely? Message sent. Would you like to use your pics from the mugshot trend for when you go to prison?
No!
Kidnap Queen Elizabeth?
No, not Queen Elizabeth! When I woke up this morning, I decided to turn myself into a cake because I freaking feel like it. It's a free country, and you should be able to drive over to Michael's and buy $50 worth of cake supplies and put it all in your face even though it's not skin-friendly if that's what you want. Anyways, I tore open my bag and realized I need the bag to make a ball cap. So I pulled it back and tied it, and then I realized how busted I would look if I was bald, and then I grabbed my icing and put it on my face only to realize it's not icing but tempera paint that is not skin-friendly. And it started to burn, so I put the sprinkles on and then candles in my nose, but then they were falling out, so I put some in my ears as well, and they looked like Shrek. And finally, the cake look was complete. But at that point, my skin felt like lava, so I ripped my cake forehead off and I ran into the shower, and we're out of time, I'm so sorry. But if you want to see the aftermath and the rash I got, the link to the YouTube video is in my bio. I squeezed a whole bottle of lotion on my hands because they were as dry as my cat's ashes. And also, I wanted my hands to be soft for the date that I was going on today. I was late, so I ran upstairs, turned on the security system, and I was about to head out the door when I couldn't turn the knob. My hands were so lusciously moist from the moisturizer, they were just slipping and sliding off the knob. And I started freaking out because my security alarm would call the authorities if I didn't get out in 30 seconds. So I tried drying them off by rubbing them on my pants, but they still didn't have any grip. So I tried putting them in rice, and they were still too slippery. And then I looked at the security system, and I had just 3 seconds left, so I fell to the ground crying, not knowing what to do. Until I remembered the driest thing in my house. My cat's ashes. I grabbed the urn and covered my hands in the dust, and I headed for the doorknob, and luckily it worked. I turned it, opened it, and...
Yo.
I was inhaling Lucky Charms in my desolate room for breakfast when I realized it is time for a whole room makeover. But I didn't want any boring room. I wanted a complete Minecraft room makeover, baby. I didn't have any supplies or Minecraft merch, so I Ubered over to Target and I went to the home section and I got like a pillowcase, a blanket, a whole freaking comforter that's Minecraft themed. And then I paid for it, I went home and I prepared for the transformation. I took the old pillowcase off and slipped on my brand new Minecraft reversible pillowcase and hung up a Minecraft pickaxe above my bed so I can defend myself if someone robs my house. And even though it's foam and someone robbing me will probably have something not as soft as foam, it's still pretty cool. Anyways, I put the comforter on the bed and then I hung up a creeper blanket above my bed. But I was missing one final touch. I saw a TikTok a while ago of someone Minecraftifying their window, so I grabbed some tape and followed the pattern from the Minecraft window pane, and then boom! Minecraft windows, baby! Wait, we're out of time, but if you want to see everything I added and how it turned out, the link to the YouTube video is in my bio. I was digging straight down to go to China because I really wanted to try real Chinese food. And as I was digging with nothing but a spoon, I came across a shiny gem and I thought maybe it's worth a lot. So I took my marble and I walked over to the pawn shop and they were like, we'll give you $5. And I was like, ew, no. But then as I was walking away, they gave me $72 trillion. And I was like, okay. So anyways, I bought an airport because it went out of business and was completely empty, and airports are fun to explore. And I made my own airline called Doo-Doo Air. And I always wanted to see what's inside those baggage carousels. So I put myself in luggage, zipped it up, and got sucked into the machine. But then I started suffocating, so I climbed out because I couldn't breathe. And then I remembered I have my own airline. So I got on board a flight to Madagascar. And I was enjoying it when I realized the engine was like falling apart. And then I saw a little bubble on the glass and I pushed it, and then the window started cracking and This is me buying a live crab from the store and freeing it into the ocean. The guy at the store was like, you know how to cook this, right? And I was like, oh, we are not cooking Mr. Krabs. As I was walking, some dude yelled at me and I got scared. And then this guy was walking around with an iguana. I'm like, it's my day to have an exotic pet, buddy. Look at his cute little mouth moving. Aww. I took him to the Santa Monica Pier before I freed him, and that's when I saw this guy literally kick a pigeon. I hate it here. Now, crabs can live 24 hours outside of water, but I thought, let's just free him already. Then some cops were staring at me, and I got scared. I picked him up, and I ran to the beach, and I laid him down gently on the sand. But he was barely moving, so I ran into the waves to try and get him in deeper so he could swim or something. But he took a bit of a tumble. So it wasn't looking good for Mr. Krabs, and I started crying. But then he started moving again, and I thought, it's now or never. I scooped Mr. Krabs up, and I ran over to that water, and I dropped him in that water ever so gently. Oh, crap, we are out of time. If you want to see the rest of the video, the link is in my bio. I was enjoying some banana on the cob when I realized lockdown is over here. So I got in the car, hit the gas, and drove to the closest thrift store, and I went thrifting. When I walked in the thrift store, I passed by the toy aisle, and there was a doll on the bottom shelf playing this really creepy song. And I know some dolls are cursed, but it's only $2, and the demon can keep me company, so I bought it. My mask is falling. Anyways, I brought it home, but when I looked at it again, I noticed there was a note attached to the bottom that read, "Make a wish or you'll float too." And I thought, that's Pennywise's line. This doll's gonna get sued for copying the movie It before it possesses me. But I do be scared of demons, though. So I wished for the first thing that I could think of, which was an air fryer. Then after making my wish, I went to bed. I woke up the next morning to the birds chirping, the sunshine, and 300-pound air fryer on my chest, crushing me to the point where I couldn't breathe. I finally got it off and thought, you know what, Mr. Demon? Thank you for the air fryer. It's not exactly how Amazon would have delivered it, but I like your vision. Then I realized I have another wish left. I was thinking, what do I want more of? Some fire shoes. So I said, I want some fire. You want fire? No. I was at the dentist getting a piece of road removed from my mouth because last week I was on a leisurely walk when I saw a piece of chocolate on the ground and I was like, oh, a dog could eat that and get sick, and also free chocolate. So I popped it in my mouth, no questions asked, only to discover that it wasn't chocolate, but was in fact tar from a road that they were paving. So anyways, they were taking it out when I saw something weird on the TV screen. It was like hypnotism or something. I could barely stay awake. Next thing I knew, I was frolicking through a field of flowers while Gummy Bear played in the disc. All of a sudden, I woke up in the middle of nowhere and my mouth felt really funny. I opened up my mouth to see that they had stolen all of my teeth. I fell to the ground and cried as I realized I'll never be able to eat tortilla chips or smile ever again. In that very moment of despair, a meteor landed right in front of me, sending chunks flying. Out of curiosity, I picked one up and it sent me back in time to 5 seconds before. So I picked up a piece of time travel rock, popped in my mouth, and next thing I knew, I was enjoying some fresh strawberries when my doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone, but I went and answered the door anyways. No one was there, but whoever rang the doorbell had left an egg? It was covered in blue speckles and it was warm, but I decided right then and there, I'm gonna care for this egg until it hatches and be a bird dad. I made a little house for it by grabbing a box and putting grass in it. Then I set up a heat lamp so the egg root would be nice and toasty. But I was getting bored of waiting for him to hatch, so I decided to take him on a walk. Well, it was more of a roll. I taught Eggbert how to skate and showed him to my dog, but then she tried to eat him, and I was like, after a week, my son started to get an attitude. He would just roll away from me when I was talking to him and then go play Fortnite all day. But then one day we started arguing because the place was a chicken coop, and I got so mad I stormed off. I started to feel bad, so I went to go say sorry, but he was gone. I ran outside and I looked everywhere for him. I checked the patio, I went and looked in the garden. I was starting to freak out when Eggbert? So I was on the phone with 911 because I'd made some banana soup with a hint of ranch dressing and I'd left the gas burner on. And I was scared my house would blow up. So I said, please help. And the operator was like, it's gonna be okay. We're on our way. And me being so starved for human interaction replied, okay, I'll see you soon. And I began to prepare for my date with the emergency services person. I dimmed the lights to set the mood. And then I set the table and put out the banana soup I'd cooked earlier. And poured some fancy jus d'orange. I changed out of my depression fit into something slightly less depressing and attempted to fix my hair, but I ended up wanting to cut it all off and had a mental breakdown. But I was like, another day. Suddenly I heard the doorbell ring. I got up and ran over to let them in, but I was so excited that I didn't see the charger on the floor. I forgot there was gas in my house and I tripped over it and it created a spark, and next thing you know, today, I'm surprising my mom with cooked snails for dinner. But these aren't normal snails. These are from the dollar store. So I had all the ingredients to make it into a pasta dish. So I opened up the can of snails and it got in my eye. I got snail juice in my eye. So those are my nasty, smelly snails, and I put them in a bowl when I started on the pasta. We got noodles, tarragon and pasta sauce, baby. I boiled some water and spilled half the pasta while it went in. And then it started boiling over and I was panicking. But then I was draining it and 3 noodles were getting stuck and I was getting mad. Next, we were mincing garlic for the escargot and it looked like little mini garlic noodles, love. Then I put it all together with the snails, garlic, blue cheese, tarragon, and threw her in the oven. I felt like Remy from Ratatouille, baby. Minus being the chef, I just felt like the rat. Then my mom got home. It's almost dinner time.
Smells good.
Guess what it is?
It smells like some sort of garlicky wine sauce.
Okay, but there's something else added. The link is in the bio if you want to see or get surprised with snails. I was really bored, so I tried to buy the most expensive thing on Gucci's website for funsies, but that's when I remembered, Ben, you can't afford Taco Bell. So I was typing random numbers, hoping one was an actual credit card number, and nothing was working. I was like, well, there goes my wool alpaca cardigan. Finally, I tried 69696969. Expiration date, April 20th, aka 420, and security code 666. And I hit enter. I was like, oh, well, that was fun. So I closed my laptop, but then I got an email saying my order had shipped. And then suddenly, I heard a knock at the door, and I was like, I didn't know what I just did, so I checked my doorbell cam and there was a stranger there. Then I heard the door open and then there were footsteps coming towards me and then falling. And then the intruder got up and said, "This is the FBI. We've got you." And I was like, "You've got me? You think you've been watching me?" For the past month, I've had my FBI agent's laptop bugged. Every time he logs in to watch me, I've been watching him. In fact, I ordered this exact item knowing it would bring him here. He ran back to his HQ to open up his laptop and in disbelief, there I was, fully in control of the FBI system. Checkmate. Me and my 80-year-old neighbor Myrtle have been leaving each other messages through our windows to stay entertained during quarantine. That's until yesterday when she wrote a very threatening sign. I know she's an old lady, but that made my anxiety go ding 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 ding. When I went downstairs, the door was open, like she said, and there was a box. But then my ADHD distracted me and I started thinking, why did Roddy Ricch name the song The Box? Is he really just rapping about a box? Did he order? Snap out of it, Ben. You potentially have an elderly intruder in your house. She could like bite me with her dentures or something and give me corona. I took the box and screamed, "Leave me alone, Myrtle!" And then went to go make my final sign. I placed it in my window where I knew she would see it. Here's a fun Ben fact. I'm an expert in archery and I'm not afraid to turn her into Myrtle on a stick. I felt prepared, but all I could do now was wait around for Myrtle to make her move. But I got curious and decided to check out the box. It could have been booby-trapped. Ha, booby. For all I know, but I opened it anyways, and it turns out it was cookies. She baked me cookies. So I was busy trying to carbonate milk with my mom's soda stream and make milk soda when my friend who lives in a different city texted me, "Come here now." I get really scared when people send a text and end it with a period. So naturally, I ignored the text and laid in bed and stressed about it until 30 minutes later when they texted me again. I checked the text and it said, "It's an emergency." And I was like, emergency? Emergency. Just like call 911 or something. But then I thought, maybe their like hamster died or something. So I got up, got all the way in my car, turned on some Harry Styles, but then after 20 minutes of driving, I had to pull over because I was crying too hard. To feel better, I switched on Crazy Frog. What's going on? Sometimes when I listen to a really good song in the car, I kind of lose track of how fast I'm going. So while I was in the middle of vibing, I saw flashing lights behind me. But then I remembered getting arrested is a choice, and today I choose not to be arrested. So it turns out that's actually not my choice, but I did get these really cool mugshot pictures out of it. You should totally go check them out on my Instagram. It's @BenOfTheWeek. And comment Crazy Frog if you came from this TikTok. Okay, love you, bye. Myrtle, why are you walking so slow, man? You're 80. The Grim Reaper's right there. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. I bet your bones would just go snap, crackle, pop if I just hit the gas right now. You're finally done. Who would have thought? Not me. Myrtle, your husband has fallen and cannot get up. I was taking some selfies when I realized my shadow kind of has cake, but like, I don't. I tried to triangulate the circumference of the thickness of the shadow versus the flatness of my actual buttock, and that's when I discovered the existence of alternate shadow realms. And I called up my uncle Bill Nye the Science Guy, and he told me to come to his mansion and bring my formula. I packed it all up and hit the road to some random address in the middle of Wyoming. Now, I'm pretty sure Wyoming like doesn't exist. Anyways, I arrived at the Wyoming border, and as I passed through, I teleported back. Oh my God, Wyoming really doesn't exist. That very moment, Bill Nye popped out of the bushes and told me that he was gonna steal my alternate reality formula and then throw me into the Wyoming void. I didn't know what to do as he crept closer and closer to me, but then I realized his one weakness. I chanted, "Boo! Boo! Boo!" and he became stunned. I grabbed him and threw him into the Wyoming void and he disappeared forever. Anyways, I went back home and continued to take some fun little pictures, and if you want to see the cake, my Instagram is BenOfTheWeek. I cut my own hair a few days ago, and as I was throwing it away, I realized I can sell this. Maybe someone wants to buy my hair just like how I bought a bottle of Harry Styles toilet water. So I dug through the trash, grabbed some hair, packed packaged it up in a baggie, and then snapped a picture and listed it for sale. I waited 2 whole days and no one bought it, so I changed the name to Famous TikToker Hype House Toe Hair, and instantly they were flying off the shelves. In 2 minutes, I had outsold every merch line that ever existed combined. But wait, I need more hair. I called everyone I know to come over and hang, but when they got there, I cut all their hair off and took it. Business was booming, and I became richer than Jeff Bezos, and I was the world's first trillionaire. Until one day, someone said they were returning the hair. And when the package arrived, it was me? There was a note on the box that said, "You gave me Ben of the Week hair, not a famous TikToker's hair." So I was shocked to see when I cloned it, it made you and not a sway boy or something. Okay, first of all, what are you trying to clone a sway boy for? That sounds illegal. On the bright side, now I have a clone to take all my Instagram pics for me, so I don't have to face my crippling insecurities myself. So if you want to go check out his Instagram, my Instagram is Ben of the Week. I was about to devour the souls of some poor shrimp when I realized they still have their heads on. So I ripped the head off and then ate the shrimp, but then I remembered it's only a matter of time before the FBI catches me for replacing their website with a chicken wing video. So I decided I'll make a shrimp army. So I put the shrimp heads in a bag, and then I drove home and cut some lemons and put the shrimp heads on some sticks attached to the lemons so that they would stand up. Then I placed the soldiers all around my house, and they were all standing guard ready to protect me. I felt so safe with my shrimp army watching guard. So I went to the kitchen to make a salmon burger, but then I remembered salmon is seafood, shrimp is seafood. My shrimp army turned around in shock and horror when they saw what I was about to do. I tried telling them I'm sorry, but they were angry and were inching closer towards me. I didn't know what they were gonna do with me, so I picked them up by their shrimp antennas and spun them like a lasso above my head, and I flung them into the sky. The battle had been won. Every year since, I visit the graves where the battle took place. I pay my respects and apologize for being so shellfish. My sleep paralysis demon woke me up last night, but like, I'm not scared of demons. In fact, I'm so bored and lonely that I've tried everything to get them to haunt me so I can have a friend. Like last week, I performed a ritual on my kitchen floor and tried to summon the ghost of Jaw, but all he did was say, "Hey," and then knocked a book on my head. Not even evil spirits want me. Then I thought maybe if I make them angry, they'll visit me, so I used a Ouija board to call the spirits in my house ugly and fat. Then I poured up some shots of holy water. But that's when my video doorbell showed something terrifying. My front door swung open and I felt a cold breeze and it gave me goosebumps. Ah, I meant the other kind of goosebumps. I was on the ground, but when I looked up, I saw I had summoned the ghost of Chef Gusteau from Ratatouille. My kitchen lit up with cooking and light as he told me anyone can cook. There was a pot of something yummy boiling. I said, "Chef Gusteau, what are we cooking?" And he said, "When was the last time you saw your dog?" It was just a dream. Today I woke up and decided it's a good day to buy a hamster. My friend and I zoomed over to the hamster store and we looked at them and they were so cute. And we realized we need a hamster house and some hamster food. So we loaded up a cart and got a bunch of toys and bedding. Then it was time to pick a hamster. So we got an employee to open up the box and my friend picked a little one and then it bit her. And like, not like a tiny bite, like this hamster got like a whole vein and there was this family watching horror as my friend lost blood. Anyways, that hamster was canceled and we grabbed a different one and the employee put her in a different box, but we were about to go in the car when we were like, this box sucks. So we put her in her own little transport orb. Then we got home and put together her little hamster house with a little carrot and we took her out the hamster ball and she was exploring and vibing and she still doesn't have a name, so if you have any ideas, please let me know. Today I gave myself a terrible haircut because my hair had the wingspan of a pterodactyl. Before I started, I needed to get prepared, so I put a garbage bag on myself to keep the hair off, but then I realized I looked like a spawn of Lucifer and I couldn't stop cry laughing. But then I parted my hair and started cutting. I didn't want to see the damage I was doing, so I didn't look and I cut it as if Helen Keller was giving herself a haircut. I accidentally cut off too much and I thought it was bad enough until the scissors started getting stuck in my hair and then I got it out and then the scissors got stuck again. At this point, I'd pulled out more hair than I had cut and I looked like an egg, so I decided to just give up and take the clips out. And when I pulled them out, I looked like an Oompa Loompa. I did cut a lot of hair, but I kind of liked how it turned out until I realized I missed a spot. And then I just started cutting pieces for fun and then I cut too much off and dang it, we're out of time. But if you want to see what happened, the video is on my channel and the link is in my bio. I woke up this morning after having a nightmare where Zombie Shawn Mendes and Zombie Camila Caboo were trying to eat me. I woke up terrified and reached for my water bottle full of Red Bull, but when I looked at my hand, there was like some spot that I'd never seen before. I quickly searched to see what it was and it said that it was cancer, but like, I'm a Virgo, so that made no sense. Anyways, I was still a little bit spooked, so I sent a picture of it to my doctor, and then I carried on with my day, which was watching 3 seasons of one show and then playing 47 games of Fortnite until 6 a.m. But the next morning I woke up and it was like itchy and bubbling, and I was like, okay, this is a demon. And just then I got a text from my doctor and he was like, did you mean to send me a Roblox meme? And I was like, oopsie. So I sent him the actual picture and went back to bed. But when I woke up, there was like 30 more and I was like, ah, and I started crying and they were on my face too, and my doctor texted me that they were a flesh-eating insect, and I cried some more until one fell in my mouth. And it had a little crunch, and honestly, it kind of tasted like bacon. So like, I ate a few more, and next thing you know, I'm spooning these bugs in my mouth like it's Lucky Charms cereal. Today, I was sick of feeling lazy, so I went on the treadmill, walked 3 steps, and then got off. But as I was folding it up, my anemia hit, and I couldn't hold the treadmill anymore, and it collapsed on me. When I woke up, my arm was trapped underneath the metal, and I couldn't get out. My dog is too stupid to help me, and I couldn't even call for help because my phone was just out of reach, and I turned Siri off because last time I used her, well... Hey Siri, call Wendy's.
Killing Wendy.
No. The only thing within reach was a Minion figurine and a fork with a grape on it. First, I ate the grape because, like, grapes are delicious. But then it hit me what needed to be done. I put the Minion in my mouth so that I wouldn't scream. Then I grabbed the plastic fork and I took my arm off. Wait, does that say emergency release latch? As in, like, I did not have to sever my arm. I did not need to cut off my arm.